So before I begin, I'd like to apologize for operating this camcorder blind. My viewfinder is dead, and I don't know why. But this is the way that it's going to be, because the camera I was going to use to replace it, which is sitting right there, the GR-AX96, apparently did not survive being outside because it no longer functions. So we're back once again with this. This used to be the web server, and was relocated or replaced with another one, and now I've got this that I need to give something to do. So we will give it something to do. First things first, we're going to replace this crappy Best Tech power supply with one that is actually decent. And because I have one, I've got somewhere around here I have an 80 plus certified, yeah, it's sitting right down there, 80 plus certified Seasonic, which will be much better than this piece of junk. So put that in, we'll put in a hard drive. Might see if I can upgrade this memory a little bit, because it's only got, it's not even installed. So it's amazing that actually worked, but it's only got 1 gig of RAM in it right now, and I'd like to give it a little bit more, and this will be used basically as my Linux test machine. So the power supply is now installed, and you can see it there, hopefully. I also have the RAM upgrade installed. I don't know if it's going to work, but I did find an additional set of 512 meg chips to bring this up to 2 gigs total, which should be good enough for what I'm going to do with it. For those that are just tuning in, this is a DQ35JOE motherboard with an Intel Core 2 Duo E6750 CPU. So I'm going to plug in the power for the drives, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started with the setup of the machine. So as you can see, it's running after a fashion. We do actually have 2 gigs of RAM, but the one thing I noticed is that, well, first of all, I had a dud RAM stick. It's this one right here. So I'll have to try that in another machine and see if maybe this one just doesn't like it, or if it's actually a dead stick. But I noticed that this thing was running PC2 4200 memory. Okay, that one's probably not going to be a good one to show it, and you might not even be able to read it. Again, I can't tell what you can and can't see on this camera. But that's PC2 4200, which is DDR2 533, which is not really appropriate for a system with a 1333 MHz front side bus. So I found enough DDR2 667 to bring this thing up to 2 gigs, and all of that is, of course, good. I'm going to deal with the leave the date and time alone, just because it's Unix, so it's going to be set in UTC. There's a snowplow coming around. I'm putting down dirt. It'd be nice if they put salt down. That's really what they need. But anyway, that's besides the point. I don't even know if you were able to see that. Yeah. Such as the hazards of using cameras with no viewfinders. So I'm going to set all of these settings to my liking, and then I'm going to get the USB stick ready to go, and we will go ahead and install Linux. Okay, so it should be set to my liking. It'll shut down because I did make a couple of changes that require a reboot or power cycle. Should be back on. The hard drive LED is actually working on this case. It wasn't working on the other one, unless I was just doing something wrong. It should boot immediately to USB. We'll get a chance to see which Linux distribution I am using. If it happens to work correctly. Yes. Here we go. Ubuntu Mate. I'm going to just go ahead and install it. Probably should have grabbed a mouse. I don't have to grab a mouse, I have a mouse right here. So, I'll see if I can find the cable. Go ahead and we'll plug it into the system here, which you probably won't be able to see. That's upside down. No, that was not upside down. I can't actually plug it in. Is that a FireWire port or what? Okay, now it's plugged in. I don't know what that was all about. Anyway. Huh. Apparently I did not like the fact that I pulled it out of the system. Anyway, the fan just slowed way down. It got upset because it was removed. Whatever, I don't actually remember what did it say. I have no mouse. What is this? Is this like a joke or something? Huh. Okay, well, I am going to have to do something about that. That's annoying. I have to use a mouse pad in order to get this mouse to work. Oh well, we're running Ubuntu Mate. Just because I would use Linux Mint, however, Linux Mint is rather difficult to upgrade. And since this is going to be a test system for all of this stuff, then I might as well use something that's going to be easy to upgrade. We should now be going into the partition manager. I don't remember what is on this drive. I think, oh no, this is the one that came out of Variac. So this is running Windows Server 2016. I'll wait for it to figure out what it needs to do. Okay. And we're done. So we reboot. Now when I started it up the first time, the menu actually crashed. I'm really not entirely sure why. This is what the desktop looks like. Pretty standard stuff. So we'll see. On the system monitor. What is opening? Yep, there it goes again. You can see there. Brisk menu has quit unexpectedly. I'd like to reload it, thank you. This time we'll actually send the error report, which will probably ask me for my password here in a second. I don't want this to open when I log on. Go away. And we'll try it again. I want the not the terminal, but the system monitor. Which will tell us a little bit more about the machine. What it's running. It is running 64-bit, despite the fact that I've only got 2 gigabytes of memory. It should be just fine. It says 61 gigs of memory, 61 gigs of available disk space. I actually decided to split it up so the home partition is separate from the boot partition, just because if I decide to change this Linux distribution, that'll make my life a little bit easier. So I'm going to just conclude the video with that. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Till then. That shut down very fast. Wow. I'm actually impressed.